In this video, I bring you along for the ride for a 3-day airline pilot trip. A passenger on departure got up from their seat and tried opening the... I show exclusive views from the Boeing 767 as we fly from my alma mater in Phoenix, Arizona. A lot of feels. I spent a lot of time here as an undergrad. It's definitely changed throughout the years.
Don't feel the same no more. Still shining though.
And new month, new contract, new pay rates, which means we're also bringing back the tie again, folks. We're back to having to wear ties. Ready? Buckle up. Let's go fly.
Like I'm Jordan, I'm a falling. Every single thing I'm wishing is my mission. I'ma set it in stone. I'm in the dome.
Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Pete. Some call me Pilot Pete. I fly Boeing 767s. Today is Monday, June 29th. By the time this video comes out, happy July, happy 4th of July to America, to all of you. Hope you enjoyed it, had a great time. I myself am off. Looking forward to that, spending the holidays with family and friends. And this trip, we totally switched it up. We were supposed to deadhead to Indy today, to then operate to Miami tomorrow, 26-hour layover, then operate back to Indy, and then have a deadhead to finish the trip. But I swapped out of it because I found a better trip on Sunday, yesterday when I woke up. I'm gonna take you along for the ride if you wanna come. So let's go do it. So I'm very, very, very pleased with my July schedule. A little bit has been from bidding, a little bit has been from dropping, a little bit has to do with swapping. But I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I landed on for the month of July. So here you go. July bid pack is actually 5 weeks. Normally it's 4 weeks, but you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be a little bit longer this month. It starts today on June 29th. As you can see, 4th of July off. Bachelor party weekend is this weekend, not mine. My buddy's bachelor party is right here. So I got that weekend off. Well, here we go. This was the original footprint. It was a deadhead to Indy today. Tomorrow, a 2 a.m. wake up to fly Indy to Miami, 26-hour layover, and then Miami to Indy to finish with a back end deadhead on Wednesday. That was originally supposed to do, but I worked my magic, did some swapping around, and here's what I got. So this is what I swapped into: a deadhead today to Phoenix. Yes, it's a little bit further, but I can go first class, which will be nice. So I'm gonna deadhead to Phoenix in a couple hours, operate just one leg now. We're only flying one leg, Phoenix to Indy. We get there on Tuesday around 1 o'clock local, and then Wednesday we ends with a deadhead. So this trip paid about an hour less, but it's 2 less legs of flying. There's no more 2 a.m. wake up, and I get home a full day earlier. To me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, I lose a little bit of pay, but like I talked about 2 videos ago, quality of life over money, folks. Money will not buy you happiness. That's debatable. Different story time, different video, another day. But pumped about this trip. Easy, one leg, across the country. Deadhead to Phoenix is gonna be a little bit long, but we'll suck it up and deal with it. And I'm just pumped to have this July schedule. So after we finish this trip, we're gonna be heading to Rhode Island, SJ and her family, spending a long weekend with them. Gonna be a great time. Hope everyone had a happy 4th again. And then we're back to the long South America trips, double deadheads, and all over South America. We're gonna be going Miami to Buenos Aires. Can't wait for that. And Santiago, Chile, Quito, Ecuador, finishing back up in Miami. So yeah, I'll be gone for a long time, but these trips, I love them. This first leg will be 3-person crew, catered. We'll have a sleep bunk, and I'll take you guys along for that, obviously. And we like to do some fun things in Buenos Aires and Santiago, Chile. They're long layover. I got like 2 days in Argentina, and Chile I have 3 days. Quito is a short one, like 24 hours, and back to Miami. So you know it's gonna be a fun one to look forward to. Then got about a week off, a little bit more, bachelor party here. I had a trip here that was a double deadhead, but I dropped it and picked up this one instead. This one, the worst part about it is gonna be that deadhead to Ontario, California. But then we operate to Indy, back to Ontario, then we fly across the country to Newark. There's 2 Newark layovers. One is for 2 days and one is for like 12 hours. So that's why I kind of picked it up. I figured why the heck not be back in Newark and New York and Manhattan layover. So July schedule, probably one of my better ones I've ever had. Pay credit for this is about 110 hours, and our new pay rate just went into effect today. So depending if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while or you're new here, our union, every airline is part of a union, just negotiated a new contract with our company, and our pay rates and our work rules and our retirement and the way we can deadhead and yada, yada, yada go in our minimum pay hours that we get per day. It all starts today. So that means my deadhead is paid at a higher rate. My flying time is paid at a higher rate. Everything's just better. So yeah, looking forward to that. So we're stoked as a pilot group to have passed this. The company's happy. In negotiations, I always say this: if both parties lose, that's a good negotiation, meaning like there are things that we got that we're really happy about, and the company's probably like, oh man. But there's things that we didn't get that the pilot group is like, oh man. That's what negotiations are. Negotiations, you're always supposed to lose a little bit, otherwise it's not fair. So in my opinion, I think it all worked out. I'm not a big politics guy. Union company stuff, in my opinion, is very politic-y. So just like real politics, Democrat, Republican stuff, I stay away from it. I stay in my lane. I believe my beliefs. I don't spew them to anyone else. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But as I digress, everything kicks in today. Super happy with it. One of the things that is really nice is our deviation. We used to only be able to get a cab or an Uber or a Lyft or take a train. Now rental cars are now an option, which were an option during COVID, but we're back to being able to take a rental car and expense that, which is a huge help for a lot of people that are going to different cities and getting around that way. So looking forward to the new rules. Obviously the new pay rate is probably the biggest thing. And this is against what most guys want, but I'm actually looking forward to, drum roll, hold on please. I'm looking forward to rocking the tie again, folks. We're back to having to wear ties. Again, in case you're new here, the pilot group decided no ties during pilot negotiations as a kind of union togetherness. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really get involved. I play along with those who want to play. So I did that, and I thought we looked silly. Some guys loved it. Some guys didn't love it. I thought we looked silly without it, but I'm ready to getting back to the tie. So yes, I have a zip tie. It's the best way to go. If you know, you know. It's the only way to really fly, because we take them off as soon as we get to the jet anyway. It's just for walking around the hotels and the terminals and in ops and stuff like that. I think it looks better. It'll look better for the videos, better for the pictures. You know, when all those fans come up and ask for my autograph, it's better to look even more professional. But anyway, the new contract's officially in. The trip starts today with the Deadhead. We got a couple hours, but you already know. Read the scriptures, had some breakfast, got ready for the day. I'm almost packed. I'm only gone for a day, so I just have my uniform, my pants, my undershirt, my compression socks, my belt, my tie, my underoos, my shoes, and then toiletry bag will go in this little tiny bag. We got the backpack. But before we get on our 5.5-hour flight to Phoenix, you already know it's not negotiable. We got to move the body. So let's go do that.
Feeling young, but they treat me like an OG. And they want the T on me, I swear they dozy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on his head, my told me. I gotta be single for a while, he can't control me. Uno those traits in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me.
Well, look who decided to join me at the gym, everyone. Getting our non-negotiable in. How you feeling today?
He's kicking my butt today.
What are we doing here at the gym?
Chest and tries and now abs.
Nice. Gym session non-negotiable done. Trip I showed you. I have a 2-day layover in Buenos Aires next week, followed by a 3-day layover in Santiago, Chile, followed by 24 hours in Quito and Miami. And I'm trying to convince SJ to come with me like she did last time to Miami. I planned it. I booked it. I even will pay every single thing for it. And I asked her answer.
Too far.
So you're not gonna...
We'll only be there for a day.
Incorrect. You'd be there 2 days in Buenos Aires, Argentina, 3 days in Santiago, Chile, and 1 day in Miami.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah. So your job in this video is to convince her that she should do it. She's complaining that the flight is too long, but hopefully comment below, SJ, stop being a little L7 weenie and go.
A what?
Do it with your hands. L7 weenie. L7. Connect them. Weenie, square. You mean a square.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not being a square.
Yes, you are. People would kill for this opportunity.
You can't fit me in a box.
People would kill for this
I understand
opportunity.
that, and I'm so grateful that I even have this opportunity. It's
But
just life's getting in the way right now, and we have
life's
vacation
getting in the way.
How could this happen?
So please do me a favor, convince her that she should come. These opportunities are not going to come up every day. She should absolutely come and join her amazing boyfriend on this trip. Meanwhile, we're rushing to get to Newark for our flight to Phoenix. A little pre-flight meal, medium rare steak. Let's go. And now for the best part about being an airline pilot. I mean, the worst part, saying goodbye. Love you.
That's mean.
Bye. And by the nick of our teeth, we made it. Thank goodness for KCM. Get to skip through kind of security, and we're at Newark. Next stop is Phoenix. At least I'll be first class. No PD lay flats though. It's a 737 direct to Phoenix, Arizona, my old stomping grounds, alma mater of Arizona State University. Shout out the Sun Devils. So 5.5 hours. Next stop Phoenix. Work has officially begun, but not complaining too much because the new pay rates are out. Greetings from the desert, Arizona, where it's a cool 103 degrees outside. It's dry heat though. I used to make fun of people who said that too, but having gone to school here right there for 4 years, it is true. 110 degrees here, 105 is a lot less bad than like 90 degrees in the Northeast or Midwest or anywhere else for that matter with humidity. It really is dry. So just checking in the hotel, got my king bed. Now we're walking to Whole Foods. I had dinner. The food, SJ cooked me a little dinner, some ground beef, which I ate, and then I did have the first class meal, just eat a piece of chicken. So I'm not getting dinner, just gonna grab some food for tomorrow since we had a long flight, and then I'm gonna try to catch a deadhead from Indy as soon as we land. So that means no time for a real proper meal. I usually do like cold cuts and stuff, try to stay healthy, keep the gains coming, keep the 6-pack coming for our trip to Italy soon. So we'll walk down Mill Avenue. A lot of feels. I spent a lot of time here as an undergrad. It's definitely changed throughout the years, but always good to be back at the old ASU stomping grounds. All right, boys and girls, ironed the uniform, took a nice shower, ready for bed. The tie ready to go for the first time tomorrow in months. I don't even know how long it's been. April, February, January? I can't remember. We're rocking a tie tomorrow morning. We got a 4:15 a.m. local time, which will be 7 o'clock body clock time. We'll see you tomorrow, Phoenix. Morning. Stayed up a little bit later than I wanted to. The World Cup's currently on. It was Netherlands and Morocco, and it was a great game. Penalty kicks. I don't know anything about football. Couldn't name one player in the entire World Cup, but it's exciting. So we're gonna get ready, pack up, and I'll see you guys on the ramp. Good morning from the ramp in Phoenix. Beautiful morning here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the moon right over the mountain there. Sun is obviously coming up behind me. We're all loaded, ready to go, so we should be able to get out of here early. However, this 767 has the APU is in op. So if you don't know what an APU is, it stands for Auxiliary Power Unit. And essentially that's like an engine in the back of the airplane that supplies air conditioning, and electrical power. It's right back there, but it's not working. So the main purpose of the APU, or one of the main purposes, is to start the engines. It supplies air to these big engines and helps us through the start sequence. But since it's not working, we're gonna have to have maintenance come over, set up a air cart, and then they're gonna have to basically artificially send air into this engine that will help the start sequence. That's gonna take an extra like 5 or 10 minutes. Obviously I can't show you that because I'll be starting the engine myself when we start, but we'll start essentially one here at the gate, and then we'll push back, and then we'll do a cross bleed start. So we send air from one engine with the thrust lever over to the other engine to help start that second one, and then we'll go on our way. And the other thing is we don't have air conditioning up front. The ground crew here in Phoenix did an awesome job hooking up this air cart. So that's one of the bummers, but not having an APU is that you don't have air conditioning and you don't have electrical power or a start sequence. So you need a outer source, additional source of air to start the engine. So we got 3 hours and 25 minutes to go to Indy. Let's go fly 35,000 feet to start. Let's go up to 37 once we lose some weight in our fuel as this other airplane taxis in 75. Waiting for them to finish up, fully loaded. We got our clearance. We're all set to go. We briefed everything. I'll just show you guys quickly the air cart start. So here's the air cart that I was talking about. Since we have no APU, it's going to supply high pressure air through this hose and then direct it into the engine. So maintenance will tell us which one to start. Usually we start the left one first, but depending on like personnel and equipment and stuff, they'll let us know. But the air gets shot up right into here, and then depending on which ignition that we start, the air will get directed towards that engine to start spinning it up. Fuel fuel will be introduced and we'll be good to go. So our duct pressure will be high, at least 30 PSI per our checklist. We're gonna be following the QRH to do this, and it's a pretty simple procedure on the 767. Some airplanes are a little bit more technical. This one, super, super easy. All you have to do is basically do a normal start by introducing fuel. The high pressure air turns the starter of the engine and engine started. Landed in Indy, a lot to debrief. I just made this flight back to JFK. We're boarding now. Oh, the last 10 minutes of running through security, a mess, but all's well that ends well. Well, folks, we made it back. That was quite the rush. And like I said, it was pretty entertaining, and just a lot of external factors that made it for one wild ride. So I'll debrief the flight here. Like I said, we had to do an external air start. So we pushed back. We actually started both engines. Instead of doing that cross bleed, we started both engines at the gate. Now, both are acceptable. Both are normal. It all kind of depends on the station, the ramp, maintenance, and then obviously the pilots have the final say on what they want to do. But maintenance cleared us to start both engines at the gate. So we started the left engine, then the right engine. Then they disconnect ground power and they disconnect the air cart from under the airplane that I showed you guys there. We push back after they disconnect the tug, after start and before takeoff checklist. Call ground, short taxi here in Phoenix, Hotel 1, cleared to cross Sunburn right. And then we did like number 2 or 3 for departure off of 7 left. We did the SID, which was the 4P1. I was pilot monitoring in case you're wondering, which is out to the ASU First Fix Sparky. That's ASU's mascot in case you were wondering. Pretty clear skies, a little bit of weather, but we were able to climb up to 37,000 feet pretty early, so a pretty smooth ride. And then Indy, yes, we did the Smook 3 on our arrival. We came in from Widam and flew down all the points, but right around, I would say shares is when it got interesting. So everything was standard, and all of a sudden, air traffic control was actually approach control in Indianapolis. We're talking to the TRACON there, and they were like, hey, descend and maintain 8,000 instead of the bottom altitude, which you can see here on the chart is 6,000, and slow to your slowest practical speed. So we're like, that's not normal per se. So we do that. We dial in 8,000. Captain asked for flaps 1, and we slowed it down to 200 knots. And we're like, well, I wonder what's going on. Sure enough, the ATC started talking to this other airplane that was in distress. So a regional aircraft was flying from Indy to Austin, Texas. You can look it up. I'm sure it was on the news. It would have been on Tuesday, 30th of June, 2026. A passenger on departure got up from their seat and tried opening the emergency exit door.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Oh boy. Yeah. So obviously, I mean, I wasn't there. I heard all their communications to ATC, but I'm assuming the flight attendants called the flight deck immediately, which is what they're supposed to do. That's their procedure. And told them what was going on. And then the pilots were relaying this to ATC, and they got vectors back around. Obviously, it's an emergency because they're trying to open a door. It's a level 4 threat at this point in time. And, you don't know if they're going to try to access the cockpit next. You're not sure what's going on. You don't know this person's intentions, state of mind, so on and so forth. This is the pilots relaying to ATC saying, yeah, this passenger's up. We have other passengers trying to corral them back to their seat, tie them up, all this stuff. But in the meantime, we're going to request vectors back to come back to Indianapolis. So this ATC now to work this departure back into the arrival. They are an emergency aircraft, so they get priority. So it was like us, an American, a Southwest, everyone was coming in at the same time. And you could tell the stress level just in the voices of the controller, who, by the way, she did a fantastic job. But you can just tell her plate was full to the max. She had steak, potato with an extra side of steak and an extra side of mac and cheese on her plate. And she did, like I said, fantastic job. Closed runway 23 left. So this was the runway we were supposed to land on, and then taxi right to our gate, which gets me to the ops room quicker. But back to the emergency, we saw the airplane coming in for 23 left, which they did. And then they're like, hey, we're going to close the runway because law enforcement's going to, meet you at the airplane. The pilot said, hey, we'd rather taxi back to the gate and have law enforcement meet us there. So they still closed the runway though, just for precaution. technicians, fire trucks, and police officers kind of taxied in the airplane with them. I believe they taxied into one of these A gates here in Indianapolis. She closed the runway down, and that's her prerogative as air traffic control because they were unsure exactly what was going to happen, if this passenger was going to be constrained or not. Like I said, out of abundance of caution, I should say, closed this runway down, which made us vector all around the airport. We went over here and we ended up shooting the ILS to 23 right instead. And as you can see, I mean, it's not a big deal. It just added like 5 or 6 minutes. And then this runway exited the runway at Bravo 11. It's probably the furthest point from the gate we had to park at. So we had to taxi Bravo. All these airplanes that were going to take off and land 23 left are now coming in 23 right. They were getting off Bravo 7. So we had to hold short, and it just ended up being like a 16 or 18 minute taxi to our gate. And that just added all that extra time for me, like to definitely not making this flight. But as I showed you there on the jet bridge, I was able to hustle. I ran through security, was able to make it, and I even got randomed at the KCM point, but the TSA line was not to be had. I put all my stuff in and they boarded a little bit late, so I luckily made it. But the emergency was crazy, and I made a little joke. If you listen to the ATC thing, ATC thanked us for our patience and all this stuff, and I go, hey, sometimes flying boxes ain't the bad way to go, and made the ground controller chuckle because yeah, we obviously don't have to deal with that. But yeah, that's not good. Don't do that. I don't know obviously what that person was dealing with or going on, but you know, putting the lives and safety of everyone else around you is no good in my book. But yeah, got back here, that end of the trip, and another great one. Deadhead to Phoenix, one leg to Indy, and then Deadhead made it back a day earlier, so still getting paid till tomorrow when my Deadhead lands in Memphis. I didn't ask, what'd you guys think rocking the tie? Are we pro tie, anti tie? You don't really care?
Why are we still here?
I mean, I'm gonna wear it no matter what your answer is. I'm just curious. I liked it. I liked wearing the tie. I felt more professional, more like I was back in the game. As always, I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one. Happy 4th of July for all those celebrating. Love ya. Be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.